Welcome students. Today we will study something more about federalism. In previous session we studied about meaning of federation, main features of federation and about the types of federation we found in the world. In this session we will study about the main features of Indian Federation. In original constitution, the word federation has not been used. In place of it, the phrase used it, India is a union of states. But when we study Indian constitution, we find that number of features are there which show that India has federal type of system. And today we will try to discover those features which make India a true federation. So we will start a session with main features of Indian federation. First feature is that in original constitution it is mentioned that there will be two sets of government, one at central level and other at states level. And we can see that there are two sets of government. Central level, generally known as union government, which looks after issues related to national importance. And another one is at states level, and the role of state government is to cater to the needs of regional issues, and they look after regional issues. Later on, one more tier has been included in the Indian constitution in the form of panchayats and municipalities. That way we can see that there are three tier government, one at central level, another one at state level, and panchayats and municipalities. So we can conclude that we have this federal feature in India. Another thing, when we see our constitution, we find that there is clear-cut provision of division of power between center and state, and this is one of the features of federal system. And it has been done in Indian constitution with the help of three lists, namely union list, state list, concurrent list. In union list, those subjects have been mentioned which are of national importance. There, a uniform policy is required, and these are the subjects of national importance. For example, defense, foreign, railways, banking, currency, etc. And on these subjects, central government has been given power to make laws. Another list there is, namely state list. Now you are sure that what is be there? In a state list, those subjects have been mentioned which are of regional importance, like agriculture, irrigation, police, trade, commerce, etc. Here, states government have a role to play. They make laws related to these issues. There is one more list mentioned in the constitution, and the name of the list is concurrent list, in which subjects mentioned like marriage, divorce, adoption, succession, and education, forestry, etc. On these subjects, both central government and state government can make laws. But in case of conflict, the laws made by central government will prevail. And this shows that in India, center is more powerful than state government. There is one more feature which concludes that in India, central is more powerful than a state, that there are certain subjects which have not mentioned in any of the list, union list, state list or concurrent list. On those subjects, central government has been given power to make laws. So when it comes to division of power between center and state, we have seen that there is clear-cut provision in Indian constitution in form of three lists, union list, state list and concurrent list. This way, the power has been divided between center and state, and that way, a clear-cut jurisdiction has been defined by the constitution, that there is a specified jurisdiction where the central government and state government work, and they generally don't interfere in each other's jurisdiction. Along with it, it should be made very clear that its states are not subordinate to center. They are getting powers from constitution. That way, the existence of states and existence of center, both the tiers, the existence is guaranteed by the constitution. Here, one thing is to be mentioned, that we have seen that here in India, center is more important, and another feature is there, that all the states do not enjoy equal powers. For example, some of the states of Northeast, where people from other states cannot buy property and cannot settle down permanently there. Another thing that you have seen, you must have heard the term union territories. These are the areas which are very small and so cannot be declared as independent states, and they cannot be merged with existing states. With the result, they are called union territories, and central government has a special power to control and manage these areas. So we can see that in India, power is divided between center and state by the constitution. One more thing which we can study from this division of power, that center is more powerful than state. Another conclusion we can draw, that all the states do not enjoy equal power. Now, we continue our journey in discovering our constitution, that in India, when it comes to amendment in constitution related to basic structure, this amendment cannot be done unilaterally, and it is one of the features of federal system. In India, if any amendment is to be done regarding basic structure of constitution, regarding division of power between center and state, consent of both parliament or central government and state government is required. And what is the system? In India, what is required? That this type of amendment should be first passed by both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, by at least 2/3 majority, and later on it should be ratified by the legislatures of at least half of the states. So this way we can see that this type of amendment can be done only when central government is ready and at least half of the states are ready for that type of amendment, and this shows that India is following the principle of federation. Another feature we find in Indian constitution, and which also clarifies that India is a federation, here judiciary plays very important role. First, judiciary interprets the constitution. Sometimes it happens, some of the provisions of constitution are not very clear. They are ambiguous. So, who has got authority to interpret the constitution? Neither central government nor state government, but judiciary has authority to do so. Similarly, in case of any conflict between center and state, any conflict among states, any conflict between states can be only solved by the judiciary, namely, especially apex court, that is Supreme Court. And here we can see that one independent judiciary is there acting as umpire between center and states. Another thing we can see in Indian Constitution, that here both the central government and the state government has a right, has power to levy taxes, to procure taxes, and to arrange resources so that they can run government smoothly and systematically. So here we can see that although the term federal system, federation has not been mentioned in our constitution, yet we find number of features which clarify that India has federal type of system. So today we have studied about main features of Indian federation. In next session, we will cover some other main important concepts related to federation. Thank you.